welcome to my channel. My name is Hermione and today I'm going to be sharing some budget tips for Christmas. So I've come up with a bunch of tips and tons of DIYs in this video that you guys can use to have a really festive but budget conscious Christmas. So let's get started with some tips and ideas that you can use at Christmas. If you're trying to save money this Christmas but your friends and family have specific gifts in mind that they would really like, or you found something that you think they would really like but it's a bit expensive, I have a tip for you. There is an app that you can get on Android and iPhones and it's called Shop Tagger, and they are very kindly sponsoring this video for me, but I promise you I love the app, I love what it does, so I think this could be really useful at Christmas. Basically, what you do is when you find an item that you really want online, or maybe you find a gift for someone, you can save it to a list, and then when that item goes on a reduction or in a sale, you get a notification straight away that the item has dropped in price. This means that you can pick up that item straight away, you don't have to keep checking back for when it's going to go on sale or whatever, and you get it at a much better price than if you had bought it weeks before. And it would be really good for gifts, but to be honest, I think it would be a lot better in the January sales if you're thinking of buying gifts for yourself. So definitely check it out. I will leave all of the information in the description bar below so you guys can take a look at it. I think Shop Tagger is an amazing idea and I kind of wish I thought of it, to be honest. If you're short on cash this Christmas, sometimes time can be so much more valuable than money. Say for example you have an elderly relative and they really struggle to cut their grass during the summer season. You could always give them a little coupon and put it in their Christmas card and say, hey, I'm going to cut your grass 6 times this year, or 12 times this year, or however many times you think you have the time for. And sometimes that can mean a whole lot more to the person receiving it than you will ever know. Okay, so let's get into the DIY gift portion of this video. I really wanted to make sure that all of these gifts were super inexpensive and you could definitely use stuff that you already have lying around your house.
This gift is a DIY calendar, and the great thing about this is whoever you give it to can use it for years and years because it's not just for 1 year. Plus, all the things that you need to make it you can find around your house. So start by taking an old frame or a new frame if you want, and you'll need some scrapbook paper or wrapping paper, and you'll also need binder clips. So start by taking the frame apart and then use the glass from inside the frame to draw on your scrapbook paper and then cut this shape out. Place the paper in the frame, and the great thing about this is you can use a variety of different papers and change it out, so you can always give this gift with a bunch of different papers too. And then once you've done that, you're just going to glue the binder clips on like I'm doing here. You're going to need 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. And then once you've done that, to print out the printable that I will leave in the description below, it's just the days and months of the year, and then cut these out, and then you can just place them in the frame. And as you can see with this frame, I actually changed the scrapbook paper because I like the stripy one more, so you can do whatever you like with this. Next up is a candle in a mug, and this is great because it's kind of like 2 presents in one. Once the candle's finished, you still have a mug left over. For this you'll need tea lights, these are really inexpensive, candle wicks, the only thing you actually probably have to buy for this project, and a mug. Start by gluing your candle wick into the inside of your mug. For this I'm using hot glue, and this adheres it really nicely to the bottom so it stays in place. Next, take apart your tea lights by pulling them out of the aluminium foil and then pulling the wick from the bottom. Take these away and throw them out, and then just keep removing all of the wicks from all of your tea lights. You'll need to melt them by placing them in a bowl and then placing that bowl in some hot water, and then after about 20 minutes they should look something like this. You can then go ahead and pour them into the mug and then leave it to set, which should take about an hour or so. And that's it. All there is left is to package it up. Next up is the easiest and cheapest gift that you could make, and it's this DIY coffee scrub. I've made this before and I actually love it, so here is how to make it. You're going to take some coffee, some sugar and some coconut oil. So pour in half a cup of coffee and half a cup of sugar into a bowl and then mix it up. Try and get rid of as much of the lumps in the sugar as possible. Then pour some melted coconut oil into the bowl and stir it up. Make sure it's all combined really nicely, and then once you've done that, go ahead and pour it into a jar. You can totally reuse a jam jar or any kind of jar that something has come in. I'm using this one, I think it was from some chutney, but it's such a cool shape. Finish off by decorating it with bows and ribbons, and also write a tag with the ingredients on it just in case someone is, sensitive to certain products. This should be perfectly safe to use on anyone's skin, and it's totally natural. Plus, I love it. I have made it before, like I said, and it's great. The only thing is it turns your bathwater kind of brown.
Those are all the gifts I have to show you, but I still have some budget Christmas decorations. It is never too late to decorate for Christmas, and here are a few ideas of things that I made using items from the £1 store. And obviously you can probably find these items in the dollar store or whatever discount store you have in your area. So let's get into it.
These DIY crayon ornaments are probably one of my favorite DIYs ever. They were so much fun to make, and I learned a lot while making them that hopefully I can pass on to you guys if you try and make them too. Start by taking some clear glass ornaments. These were from Poundland. They had feathers in, but I took those out. And then some crayons. Break the crayons into small pieces and take off the wrapping, and then place them inside the glass ornament. Then what you're going to do is use a hairdryer on a hot setting and melt the crayons. It takes a few minutes to actually get the crayons to melt, and if it's getting too hot, do make sure to stop doing it because you don't want to make this dangerous, of course. These are how they turned out, and what I noticed is the pink one was my first one and the green one was my second one that I made, and the easiest thing to do is to heat the crayons and make sure they're melting before you start moving them around the ornament. If you continuously move the ornament while it's being heated, you don't get as many cool patterns. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make this giant snow globe, and most of these things were from Poundland. It is so easy to make, so let's get into it. Take a cocktail bowl, this was from Poundland, and then you can fill it with any kind of present filling. I'm using this iridescent stuff from Poundland. You can use fake snow, and then put any ornaments you want in there. I'm using ones I already had, but I thought a tree, a house, and a deer would look really cute together, and it just makes a little winter scene. And you can get as creative as you would like with this and just really make it your own, and I think it makes a really nice decoration, plus you can take it apart next year if you don't want to use it again. Next up is this pom-pom wall hanging, and I think this looks so cute, and once again the pom-poms are from Poundland. I tried to make this as budget friendly as possible, so yeah, let's get into it. Start by taking a small piece of wooden dowel or a barbecue skewer and some white pom-poms for the snowballs, and all you're going to do with this is take a needle and thread and thread the pom-poms onto the thread, if you can see what I'm doing here. Make an odd number of these and tie them to the top of the dowel, and then you can go ahead and hang it up. I arranged mine so it kind of looked like a triangle pointing downwards at the bottom, and this is what it looks like, and I think it would look really fun with colourful pom-poms too.
That is everything I have for this video. Do let me know if you liked it, because I did try and do a lot of different things in this video, and I hope that it wasn't too long. As always, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and like the video if you